What's good, YouTube? So today is Wednesday, October 24th, and I was just chilling, housework done, chilling in my bed, minding my business, right? And one of my friends hit up my Facebook inbox and was like, I have a video request. Like, I very rarely get video requests. Okay, let me move. I'm coming to you from my laptop. Just didn't want to set up the camera, didn't feel like it. And not only that, like, my audio is off while my video, yeah, the camera is just getting on my nerves. So I'm sitting here chilling, and my girlfriend was like, I have a video request. And I'm like, okay, about what? So I don't know if you guys know about the story about Pasquale. I hope I'm saying her name right. She went missing on Saturday. She was supposed to be going over a friend's house to spend the night. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. She rode her bike supposedly to go to a friend's house, and she never made it. So by 9 o'clock that night, her parents went to the police and said her daughter is missing. It's not like her. She's one of those kids, if you tell her to call when you get in or check in, that's what she does. So it was out of her character, and they think something is wrong. Okay, so I mean, they had like 5 different townships of police. They had over 2,500 people searching for her. And I even put up her Amber Alert, and I put up the story on Facebook, and she was just in my prayers, and I'm just fingers crossed that this is not another Amber Alert that I put up and I see the next day body found. Like, I've done that too many times. And me having 3 children, like, I can't imagine, like, them just supposed to be going to school or over a friend's house and disappearing. And it's just like the saddest thing. But unfortunately, her body was found in a recycling container. She was stuffed in a recycling bin, and her bike was found in an abandoned home, door down from where this recycling bin was that she was placed in. Okay, so my friend hit me up and was telling me that it has turned into a race war. Like, this situation has turned into race. And at the time, I'm like, what do you mean? I didn't even know they found her killer. I know that they were questioning 2 brothers that were persons of interest, but I didn't know that they charged these 2 brothers. So I'll show all the pictures, I'll show all them, and I'll show the 2 brothers, and these 2 brothers are black. And so I went on, they have a Facebook page that says rest in peace Autumn, and on there they had the Channel 6, which is one of our local news affiliates in Philadelphia, the picture of these 2 kids. And the 2 boys are 15 and 17. They're brothers. And where all this racism is just unbelievable. And I want to read a couple of the comments. I really can't read them all. There is like 100 and something comments. I just cannot believe how politics and race play a part in this. She was 12 years old. She was riding on her bike. Law enforcement says sources have identified 2 teenage boys who have been arrested and charged with the murder and the death of 12-year-old Autumn Pasquale in Clayton, New Jersey. The source tells Action News that they are identified as 17-year-old Dante Robinson and 15-year-old Justin Robinson. Just returned from the forest and the fields around Clayton, New Jersey Sunday night. Their voices hoarse from calling out the missing girl's name, and those who loved her the most huddled close together, holding fast to hope. Meanwhile, 8:16 p.m., a 15-year-old Clayton boy logged into Facebook and, along with nearly 17,000 other people across the country, clicked like on the Find Autumn Pasquale page. Authorities say Justin Robinson knew exactly where Pasquale was because he allegedly lured her to his home on East Clayton Avenue on Saturday afternoon and then beat and strangled the 7th grader with the help of his brother, Dante Robinson, before they stuffed her into a blue recycling container. There's 561 comments now. And I've left a couple of my own just like in shock that people would use this tragedy for their own ignorance, for their own political and racism. Like, are you serious? This little girl lost her life. Her family is grieving. And on a Rest in Peace Autumn page, you want to make it about race. And even the person that created the Rest in Peace Autumn page asked these people to please stop. Like, yeah, I hope this 15 and 17-year-old, I hope they are charged and tried as adults, and I hope they get the maximum sentence. I hope they get put under the jail. I never even thought about black and white when I found out that these two brothers were suspects. Never, oh yeah, they took advantage of her because she was a white girl on the BMX. No, because if it was a 12-year-old black girl, a 15 and a 17-year-old boys, regardless of their race, could take down a 12-year-old, regardless of her race. And they wanted those rims to the bike or bike parts. That's what this was all over. That's ignorant. Their mother eventually turned them in because Justin supposedly put something on his Facebook status that alarmed her, saying like, we'll be moving soon or something like that with a sad face. And I guess she was like, moving? We aren't moving. Like, it didn't make sense. So I guess she put two and two together, know that her sons collect bike parts. Like, this is what they do. Autumn was even friends with one of these boys, and when they put a picture of a bike up on their Facebook page, Autumn had liked it. And it's just like, obviously Autumn wasn't scared of these kids or didn't think beat and strangle her, or they wouldn't have been able to lure her over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't believe this is her memorial page and these people are making it race. Filthy fucking niggers. Bullshit. Like, this is why they should have stayed slaves. Yeah. Okay, I get it. They did a really bad thing, but don't call them niggers. And retarded, inbred fucking trash. Hang them. All you, now here go a black person. Like, ignorance begets ignorance. Like, don't come at these people like with the same ignorance, because then, I mean, this is just ridiculous that they made it about race. Like, if it was two white kids, then what would they have to say? Then it would just be like, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, I'll pray for you, I'm so sorry, Autumn, la la la. But it would never be niggers and monkeys. All you motherfuckers talk about monkey this, nigger this. Yo, white people be doing dumber shit. Look around. You mostly all white folks are molesters, crackheads, child killers. My point is the fault here are the parents of these two children. Have we learned from this is how to separate into two races and bring the president into this. I just hope none of you have to go through what this family is going through right now. I have kids, so it makes me sick to my stomach. And my prayers go out to the families of Autumn and the little boys that are accused of this horrible act. Exactly. Like, you have good folks too. And I said the same thing. Like, oh my God. Like, people just look for any reason to talk politics and race. They just look for any reason to spew their ignorance. And I'm trying to find my comments. They're like lost, but that's pretty much, you know, I had likes on them, and there are people that actually agree what I said. I was like, the trial hasn't even happened yet, and it's already race related. And to compare this to Trayvon and Zimmerman is just ridiculous. There's nothing in common. There's nothing in common. These two boys lured a 12-year-old off her bike for the parts. Not an unarmed black kid in the rain getting killed by a neighborhood watch, overzealous, power-hungry dick. There are two different stories. Two different They can't even be in the same category. And the fact Obama is not going to speak about this because it's not publicized. If you want Obama to speak on it, march. Publicized. Like, I will be the first one in line if these boys get tried as juveniles. If they do not get tried as adults, I will be the first one marching down the goddamn street with my goddamn sign. I will go through what I went through with Trayvon Martin and sign causes and petitions and everything else I did. A fucking nigger will kill someone for bite parts. And chill out, black people. White people can be niggers too. Two ugly ass motherfuckers. You can tell they have something wrong with them. Fuck those two bastards. I hope they burn in hell and never see the light of day. See, that's not racist. That's how you feel because you're upset. And I'm upset too. I put these two boys haven't even been put to trial and it's already race related. If they throw them under the jail, it will be justified. I believe that's a big difference in a grown man killing a teenage boy that was unarmed and let out of jail. These two stories don't have anything in common. And then I also said, why does everything have to be about politics and race? People use anything to express their ignorance, and it is truly sick that you express your ignorance over such a tragedy. They wanted bike rims, and I truly believe they didn't think in or care what race she was. At the end of the day, I posted and prayed for Autumn's return, and unfortunately she is dead, and I'm so sorry for that, and I truly cannot imagine the pain. What does Obama have to do with this murder? People are murdered all day, every day. Exactly. The color of the predator does in fact matter, and quite a bit. It's interesting to note that there are close to 460,000 violent crimes committed in a given year. Now, when broken down by race, whites commit around 270,000 of these violent crimes, blacks commit 180,000, and the rest to other minorities. You may be saying, oh, well, still doesn't prove, still what does this prove? Well, as of the 2010 census, whites make up 72% of U.S. population, and only blacks make up 13%. When you do the math, African Americans commit 37 to 40% of violent crimes, with a huge number when you consider their small population here in the States. Even more interesting is quite often proved that African Americans commit more murders and deadly assaults than their white minority counterparts. Why does that make a difference? What again do Obama have to do with this? You're being silly. Bottom line, everyone is entitled to an opinion. Throwing jabs is not going to help Romney win the election. At the end of the day, this little girl died over a bike. And if it was the hands of two white kids or the hands of two black kids, it really doesn't make a difference. The Pasquales lost a daughter who was going to turn 13 on the 29th of this month. Hence her name, Autumn. And the fact that she is no longer with us, I'm sorry to the families, but to make this politics and race, you're just as ignorant as the hands around her neck, in my opinion.